say my name. Hey gang, Heisenberg here with day 22. No, day 23. If a cat's in a box, is it the 22nd day or the 23rd? I don't know. Anyway, Jeff Stone here, day 22, 23 for the love of Pete of the year 2016 at magicreview.com. Looking at name tag by Agastiju, something like that. 45 bucks. The effect that you get, go look at the ad trailer. It really is that pretty and that good and that clever. Before I do go into the review, I want to show you this. I got this years ago. It's always been one of my favorites. So let's just say I had you select the 10 of hearts. I would actually show you this, and you'll see, you can see right through it. You can see me, woo, right through it. Okay. This is an old, again, it's an old prop I had years ago. Anyway, and then I can say, think of your card, and magically, I don't know how this is going to look with the green screen. Your card appears. Let me show you that again. Look, magically your card appears. And of course, they're like, wah, wah. Yeah, it's like, you know, shudders, but no, it's way cooler than you think it is. Anyway, I love that. It's such a beautiful moment when they think they nailed you with the illusion. Lots of fun. Anyway, I don't know how that's going to turn out on the camera because my green screen, the light reflecting and everything, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Speaking of lights, I told you I've freed myself from the lighting, and I have. But you'll notice I had a couple videos maybe a few days ago where I was wearing, I think, a blue shirt, and my face looked kind of brighter, like reddish almost, and it was like I was like I had a light right in my face. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I've solved that problem, and it was really easy, and everything's working good. But I found that if I wear a white shirt, it seems to like help deflect the light a little bit better, and just makes things look softer and better. And so I'm just going to be switching out white shirts, I guess, or I'll just keep one in my office. So the majority of the time I'm going to be wearing a white shirt. I'll change it up once in a while if I feel like actually messing with my lighting. But as I said, I really don't want to do that anymore. So anyway, shut up about that. Moving on. What do you get for 45 bucks? You get that video. You get this thing, which can be handed out and examined. And I don't know how well you can see that, because, man, that's just really weird with all my lighting reflection stuff. But it's see-through. I don't know what you can see there. Anyway, and then you get 4 gimmicks that allow you to reveal a bunch of different stuff. And 2 of them look like this, and then where those dots are is where you put your photograph. And they go inside this here, and I'll show you that. Okay, and there you go. Then that, and of course your picture would be there, and you'd have written your name there in Sharpie. That clips on your shirt, and it does come even with a lanyard and a clip on there. Now, we'll talk about that clip in a minute. It has nothing to do with the trick, but there's a weird little issue going on there. But anyway, and so what you're getting is this little thing here allows you to have predicted in advance something. So like you drew a circle on the back there. Try to get a good angle so you don't see all the weird reflections in the background. Like you drew a circle on there to predict that they would choose the circle ESP card. Or, oh no, you drew the plus to predict that they would draw the plus sign. Sorry, that was a bad angle there. Anyway, you get the idea. So it really does look better than I'm making it look on this video. I mean, there. It's just because of weird angles and the lighting and everything. Yeah. So anyway, so what you get, there's 4 gimmicks. 2 of the gimmicks allow you to predict an ESP card, and 2 of the gimmicks allow you to predict an actual playing card. Okay, so 2 ESP gimmicks and 2 playing card gimmicks. The ESP gimmicks, one of them I just showed you, and it allows you to basically, it looks like you drew the prediction, and then there's another one that lets it look like you. It's a like pre-written prediction. I'm getting that one ready right now. Sorry, just take a second to load. Okay, And so we'll just get that. There we go. All right. So, sorry, guys. Well, that's no good. There, it's just hard to see in this lighting here. There we go. There's a star. So, sorry. Man, anyway, there's a star. So it's pre-printed instead of like looking like it was drawn. All these are pre-printed, but the one is supposedly you had just drawn it. Okay, and then there's so that's the ESP ones. Then there's 2 playing card ones, and again, it's the same kind of thing where you apparently you wrote the prediction, and so like I wrote apparently 8 of clubs on there, or I apparently wrote King of Hearts on there, or whatever, and then the last one allows you to reveal an actual playing card. And so I'll show you what that looks like. So the 8 of clubs there, or say, I don't know, the 10 of spades, or the 7 of diamonds, and so on. Okay, so that's what you're getting, the ability to reveal predictions. And so there's 2 gimmicks that do playing cards and 2 gimmicks that do ESP symbols. Of the 2 ESP ones, one looks like it's hand drawn, the other one looks like it's printed. Of the playing cards, one looks like actual playing cards, and one looks like you hand drew it. That's the basic idea. So what can you do with that? Well, for the ESP cards, they can just pick an ESP card. You have 5 of them on the table. They can pick one, and it's a free choice, and you're able to prove that you predicted that. For the playing, or they can just think of one and name it out loud, same kind of thing. Now, so I'm still kind of covering effect here. We'll dive into method. I mean, I've sort of told you method too because of the gimmicks. But let's talk 2 more effects here. With the playing cards, you can have them pull out like 5 or 6 cards from the deck, spread them on the table face up, and then choose one of those cards, and it'll be a free choice there. And then you show that either the playing card on this or the hand drawing of it. You can also do like a transpo where you apparently put 1 card in here. So let's say you put the 8 of clubs in here, and then like the King of Hearts is on the deck, and then they trade places, and it's a visual change. And I'm not comfortable enough with the gimmick just yet to do a visual change for you on camera. Well, I don't know, maybe so. Let's try it. I'm have to kind of do it backwards here, but let's just see if it. I'm having to operate the gimmick. You normally operate it this way, so I don't know how this is going to look here. There you go. That's not bad. So there you go. And then, of course, you can do the change back like that. Anyway, so there's a couple different things you can do. That's all effect. The method, it uses the gimmicks. And then one of the coolest things on this DVD set is a method that I've never seen anywhere else. But it's so simple, it's got to be out there. But I've never seen it. So here's what it is. You have truly freely selected like 7 or 8 cards from the deck. They touch them and you pull them out. And then it's a method for switching those 7 cards or 6. I don't remember the exact number. It's 5 or 6 cards. But it's a method for switching those cards out for another set of cards. And it's good. Man, it is good. I love it. And I will be using it. I have a few routines where that's a thing I need to do, and man, that's a way better way to do it than I'm doing it. And it just requires a simple card gimmick that you probably own, but if not, they're readily available, I promise. You could even make one, really, for super cheap, for nothing. So anyway, so that's the method, the effect and the method. This gimmick does most of the work for you. It is knacky, okay? And you do have to be holding it. Normally you'd be holding it this way towards the spectator, which is still awkward because of the way I'm sitting and trying to stay in frame. But it's not as awkward as that when you don't have to worry about the frame here. So operating the gimmick itself is not hard, but operating it smoothly and correctly is a little knacky, to make sure that it doesn't reveal too much and that you only are showing the one symbol or whatever that you're trying to predict. The other thing, there is that moment, like if you've ever done any nail writing work, there's that moment where you say, okay, what was the number you were thinking of? And you have apparently already written it on the paper, and you're holding the card here, and you say, what was the number you were thinking of? And she says 372, and you pause and 372, huh? I'm clearly not doing anything right now. There's always that moment, right, when you do that kind of work, which is one of the reasons I've never done it. I mean, I'm sure there's guys out there that can do it really well, and they're better at it than that. But anyway, you have a similar moment with this, where it's like, okay, what was the what symbol did you pick? Oh, really interesting. Yeah, I bet you wish you could see what I wrote here. And ta-da, look, it's the one that you said. So there's that moment there. Now, you have to, once you learn how to operate the gimmick properly, then it's not as blatant and as obvious as I just made it look. But there is that moment where you do have to, I mean, you could set the gimmick for one particular symbol and hope you get lucky, but if you don't get lucky, then you're going to have to adjust the gimmick. So anyway, if these guys are smart, they're going to come up with more and more things you can predict, and you'll just have to buy the cards for this thing. That'd be kind of cool. So that's it about method. Let's talk about ad copy integrity. Solid, totally solid. There's really no major claims in there that are I just go look at it. It's solid. It's all legit. Product quality. So this gimmick is very well made. It's precision machine, and it's very clever. The whole concept is clever. And then this lanyard's really nice and well made. The only thing is, in the video, he talks about using only the clip and not the lanyard. So you just clip it on your shirt if you prefer that, rather than wearing this. And so I can't tell if he has two clips or if he takes the one clip off the lanyard. But look at that. That's permanent, folks. That's not gonna. You can't get that clip off there unless you cut the lanyard. And so if I wanted to go with the shirt version, I'd have to cut this or buy another clip. So it's not a big deal, but I just thought I'd mention that. It was a little weird. Also, there's some... So I don't know what language he's speaking. I'm not even going to guess, because I'll probably offend somebody by guessing the wrong thing. But whatever it is not English. And it's all subtitled. The subtitles makes for that awkward, looking down at the text, looking up at his face, looking down at the text, looking at his hands back, that thing, and that you have to stop and pause and rewind a lot. And then he also, there's a lost in translation thing where he's talking about the picture that you're going to put on the name card here, and he's talking about how thick it needs to be so that it can slide in and out of the gimmick without a problem. The picture has nothing to do with the trick. It just makes for a nice looking name tag, right? But he says you don't want the picture to be more than 120 grams. I don't think he literally meant that we should be weighing the picture. I think he was trying to reference a thickness, but I don't know exactly. So that was a weird lost in translation moment. Also, he goes to great lengths to talk about, make sure you test out a variety of pens so that you get a good pen to write your name on here with. Get a blank playing card or something, or an ad card, and test the pens and make sure they dry well, they don't smear and they don't spread and all this stuff. And then once you find a good pen, use it. And then he writes on his to show us. And I'm like, well, dude, you've clearly done this. What pen did you use? Just tell us that, instead of spending 5 minutes telling us to test the pen. So a couple of little weird things like that. That's about it. Actually a couple more things. So at the end of each section, they did a nice little on-screen text summary. I really liked that. It made it clear, and it was in English, and so that was good and helpful. And then something that mentalists, maybe you guys already thought of this or know this. I never made this connection before, and I'll admit I might just be a little slow. But what do we always refer to the symbols of, the ESP symbols? The circle, the cross, the square, the star, and the wavy lines. Or some guys say the bacon. He referred to them as the river or the water. To me, that was worth watching the video just for that. I think that's what it looks like. Maybe that's what it was meant to be all along. Maybe everybody else on the planet knows this but me, but I thought that was really cool. Anyway, last thing, that method I told you for switching out a batch of cards for another batch of cards, as I mentioned, it requires one special thing that you probably have. But I thought, for the sake of completeness, it would have been really easy to provide it in with this DVD with all the other stuff you got. It would have been a perfect thing to add to make this a complete, well-rounded product. That aside, this product is solid. If you liked any of the effects you saw, they are what they say they are. There is no fudging in the video. There is no dishonest stuff in the ad copy. It's totally solid. If you like what you saw, you'll absolutely love this product. 4 stars. Stone status a gem. It's time to subscribe to my channel. Like this video and listen to the random iTunes song in a moment, which is State of Grace by Taylor Swift. Man, I've got no metal, man. What's going on? Let me just write that down. So, I've changed one thing about the random iTunes song of the moment. I have on my iTunes list, I don't even know, thousands of tunes. But a lot of them are, songs on certain albums that I just don't care for those songs. So I have a playlist that I've called, it's 5 stars, where I've rated the song 5 star. If it's not a 5-star song, it's not on the list. And so the random iTunes song that I'm listening to is always from that 5-star list. That list is still humongous. It's like 3,000 songs. And so it's just always that group of stuff we're pulling from. Well, I was scrolling through it the other day to show my son what's on there because he just got a new iPod and I wanted to give him some of the songs. And I'm looking through there and I'm like, man, holy cow, I forgot I had this awesome song and that great song and this killer song and blah. And I'm like, how come I don't hear these songs? Well, because my random play just never gets around to them. So I changed the playlist to play the song once and then kick the song out of the list. So today I've heard a lot of great songs that we won't hear ever again until I get through this whole list. So hopefully some new stuff will be coming up. And also I'm seeing songs that I don't like. I'm taking off the list. So hopefully some newer songs will come up that we haven't had as random iTunes songs. And hopefully some of my Maiden will appear in my Metallica. I don't know where it's at. And Megadeth. I don't know where they've all gone. Air Supply and Taylor Swift. What's going on? Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm shutting up. Tune in tomorrow. Which, crap, I didn't even prepare for this. What is tomorrow? It's day 24. Oh, this right here. The 80s Called, and they want their magic book back by Jonathan Friedman. I'm almost done with this. I got about maybe 4 or 5 effects left to read, and I'll be done. But I will be done by tomorrow, which is really in 3 days because I'm filming these in advance. So I've got a couple days to finish that. That will be the review on Sunday, the 24th. And I've got 2 copies of it, folks, and I already know it's going to be a good review based on what I've read. So it's one that I will be giving away, a free copy of this book. We'll talk more about that in the near future. Thanks for watching. See you then. Peace out.